Baba Booey. What's going on, everybody? Hello is out today. Oh boy, we got a show. You're late. You're just in time. I just started. I usually give about 5 minutes. Yeah, I give about 5 minutes before I actually do anything. So I'm only just now starting. Welcome in. No, he's fine. Since he's living with somebody right now and their kids are home and going crazy, it's just not conducive for him to be on stream right now. Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's just a situation thing. Yeah. So anyway, season 6, week 11. Let's get into it because we got a lot to cover this week. Final Fantasy Minigames. Rules Extravaganza. So we are going to be playing 4 different Final Fantasies here. 7, 8, 9, and 10. The latter half of the Golden Era. So, the rules are a mile long. Let's get into them. Final Fantasy Minigame Extravaganza, Season 6, Week 11, submitted by Decky. Deadline 17th of September 2024. We'll be using these two emulators here, and specifically these two because we have save states that we'll be using. And I'll go over how to use said save states as well because it can be a bit tricky for some people. But make sure you have DuckStation and PCSX2. Alright. So the Final Fantasy Minigame Extravaganza is a collection of 6 minigames drawn from the Final Fantasy series. From 7 to 10, you'll be leaping into various scenarios and trying your best to compete them and also score high. Well, I mean, that's kind of every week. Some of these may be familiar, they may be new, just give it your best shot. The Final Fantasy series is a gargantuan JRPG series with as many spin-offs as main titles, all of which feature a new story and characters each time. Themes of fantasy, science fiction, and magic coalesce to produce a different game every time that still somehow shares a recognizable vibe with its stablemates. You know what a Final Fantasy is, even if you've never played one. And now you're going to play 4 in a really funky way. It's true. Okay, so the intro here. You must face our challenges 6, yes, 6 minigames from the Final Fantasy series that you must conquer. We will immediately hand you over to Decky F, who thought this monster of submission up. Good luck, struggler. I hope you like reading. 6. Is there 6? There's 2 and 7. 8, 9, 10. Count 5. Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5. Why is my math so bad? Yeah, Decky really kind of went out, kind of put himself out there to do something just totally wacky and unique. And so we're kind of using this as a test pilot for some more of the, I guess, hairier but also wacky submissions. Yeah, exactly, Garlips. Yeah, he aimed for the fences. You know, shoot for the moon, man. Am I dumb? No, that's the same thing. So beat the A rank chocobo race. Beat the blitz ball. Get the triple triad cards. Battle square. Jump rope. This is the same thing that was said above. What am I? Okay, hold on. Now I gotta figure something out. What's different here than was up here? Beat the Luca Goers without the swimming glitch. Win a blitz ball. Oh. Okay, so they added a whole second blitzball tournament that I wasn't aware of. Okay. Alright. Cool. More points. More opportunities. Let's get into it. Instructions. Skip this week. I'm going to first and foremost say that if this is too complicated, I suggest just picking one. Maybe even just pick 7. And spend your time trying to get those 2. And only then, once you've beaten those 2, maybe then try another game. Rather than, I feel like if you compartmentalize these into like just little packages here, it's a little easier to mentally digest. So let's get into it here. Beat an A-rank chocobo race in Final Fantasy VII. This one has a degree of RNG. Once you acquire the high wind, you can store chocobos at Chocobo Ranch. I've done this for you. It is a wonderful chocobo, so it should be an easy start, but will get increasingly difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna, yeah, it's definitely a good idea to get set up before you get started, not try to do it on stream. But Decky's guide on Discord is great, and I'm going to show how to do that as well towards the end here. So you start off in C rank, and you must win 3 races in this rank to raise your rank to B rank, and then again to go up to A rank. So on a perfect run, you'll be racing 7 times. There are 2 choices, of course, short and long. You must do at least 3 attempts of the long course during your run. You don't need to win them, but losing them intentionally will just eat up your time. No stamina trick is to be used. So that's holding R1 and R2 during the game. You can't be using that. This gives an extra stamina and is forbidden during the run. It recovers stamina as you're running. You have the option of manual mode or automatic mode by pressing select. Automatic mode means the game's AI makes all the decisions for you, the turning and the dashing. You want to switch between manual and automatic so you can time your dashes, or if you're feeling confident, control it yourself. So you dash with, you speed up with square, slow down with X, and dash with circle. When you dash, you just eat up your stamina bar. So if you leave it on automatic, you're letting the chocobo decide. But if you go into manual, the steering goes a bit wild, but you can sprint. So you kind of got to take the good with the bad and be flipping back and forth as you see fit. Timer starts as soon as your first race begins. Timer to be stopped once you beat the A rank race and in between races. Zeffy, take the wheel, yeah. So beat the Luca. The next one here is in FF10. Beat the Luca goers at Luca during the Story Force Blitzball tournament without the swimming glitch. This match is difficult and there is a cheese method which is forbidden. If you swim behind Keepa, who is the goalkeeper, it confuses the AI into swimming in circles. I will admit I have done this. As part of the story, you must play one game of Blitzball against the hardest team in the game at that point, the Luca Goers. It is the final, and the odds are stacked against you. I have made a save in the Aurochs changing room before the game begins. All you need to do is talk to Waka. He is laying down on the bench and sounds like Bender from Futurama. I love John DiMaggio. You won't unhear it now, you are welcome. It's the same act. I'm fairly certain that is the voice actor. I'm fairly, like, 95% sure that is the voice actor for Bender. There will be loads of dialogue. Just push through it, and once the game starts, it will be obvious. Don't worry. You can start the timer. Now, Blitzball isn't amazingly intuitive, so I absolutely recommend watching this tutorial video before you start. Blitzball tutorial. So you can click the YouTube link here and watch this. I will even let you have one attempt off the timer to acclimate yourself to the controls and how it works. If you somehow win during a practice attempt, you cannot count it. It's got to be on timer. Please declare whether you're using a practice attempt or foregoing it. We recommend doing this part towards the end of your submission due to the difficulty spike. It also doesn't count in towards your tiebreakers, so it is kind of the lowest tier one here to do. Timer to be stopped once the match is over. You have Jet Shot. Be aware you only get one use out of it due to its HP requirement. So using the special shots does remove a good chunk of HP. I think Jet is like 100, and you only have like 180 hit points. Please note, if you don't get experience with Titus, you won't be able to equip it in the second half of the match. This means you will need to pass and make shots with him best you can in the first half to guarantee this. Titus does have his own sphere shot equipped from the first half, but that's heavily RNG to how helpful it is. Yeah. Pretty basic. Alright, in Final Fantasy VIII, we are trying to obtain the Minimog and Quistis cards in Balam Garden by playing Triple Triad. Triple Triad is a great minigame. Some, myself, might say it's the best minigame. It's a little confusing at first. It is like a mixture of top trumps and knots and crosses. I'm not sure what top trumps is. I know what knots and crosses is. I have changed this slightly, mainly because I misremembered how many treepies there were, and beating them requires a lot of faff throughout the game. So I made it so you must obtain the 2 rare cards at the beginning of the game. Yep. There are 2 save states, mostly for new players who don't know where to go, etc. One is in front of the young lad running around Balam Garden, and one is in front of treepie number 1 in the cafeteria. He's the one in the back, more to follow on that. You are allowed to keep either the Minimog card or the Quistis card to attempt the other match. I recommend this highly. Highly recommend you just, once you win on the first one, take that same file and just keep going, move over to the other one. I'll show you how to get from one to the other. I will include directions to the cafeteria/main hall. If you do decide to do this, pause the timer. It isn't fair to keep it running if you don't know the location. However, you cannot use this window to practice on other opponents. On the other hand, you can farm cards of either opponent, the running boy or treepie number 1, They have the same pool of cards that can help. However, other players in the game have much more powerful cards that are forbidden, so we're only grinding on these 2 people. To minimize reload times between matches, should you need extra attempts, you are allowed to make a save state, 1 single save state, in front of either the Treepy sitting down at the table or the boy running around the main hall. Kinky. Timer starts when you start your first match. Timer to be stopped once both cards have been acquired or traveling between the 2 matches. Please note, both players aren't guaranteed to have the cards required. There is some RNG to this. You can either reset until they have it available to take it from or farm them. Timer can be paused until your opponent has the card, but must start once the match begins, or if you decide to farm their other cards. I would say, honestly, just go for the farm. Even if you don't get the Minimog or the Quistis card, grab better cards, because you're going to have a much better chance at winning. Minimog and Quistis both have very high stats, and it's tough to win when you're playing against it, unless you have better cards, because you start with some pretty shit cards. Here's another tutorial you can watch on how to play Triple Triad. It's really basic and easy. You just put down a card that has a higher number than the other card. And we can go into it a little bit. This is an extensive tutorial with a lot of irrelevant info, but the beginning has the basic rules up to 2 minutes and 30 seconds into the video. Win battle square at Golden Saucer. FF7 has many minigames, so I've included another. This one is again quite RNG. You fight against enemies every time you win a round. The game has a slot machine that adds a disadvantage, no magic materia, slot, frog, small, etc. to the next round of increasing difficulty. You're mid-level, with semi-decent gear. You're allowed to arrange your materia and gear outside of the timer. Only got you enough GP for 1 run in Battle Square, so once you're happy with your setup, you can also make a save state to save faffing or rearranging your gear should you need to go in for a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th attempt. However, do note, once you have set up and started your first attempt, should you want to change materia and gear again, the time will remain running. So basically, you get a free setup for the first time, but if you're going to come back and tweak, which is understandable, that's going to be on timer. So your first time, if you're just kind of getting, you're going to be getting familiar with what material you have, what equipment you have to select from, what items you have, use that time off the clock to just familiarize with yourself with your current situation. Timer starts as soon as the first battle begins. Timer to be stopped once you beat Battle Square or give up. Highest jump rope score with Vivi in Alexandria in 9. Highest score is 1000, which can be done in 7 minutes. It is mostly rhythm based, so it's doable but takes a lot of focus. 1000 is the aim, but your highest submission will be your tiebreaker. Timer starts as soon as you start jumping. Just talk to the girls in front of Vivi, and it's as simple as that. The girls will tell you your score, and the timer should remain on between attempts. Hi, Decky. Going through your rules Bible here. Timer can be stopped once you have got a score you are happy with, or you are switching to a different minigame. Alright, and here's the second Blitzball. This is relatively simple, however, the Aurochs at low level aren't amazing, but the aim here is just winning a small tournament. You can do this before going to the Luca Goer. You can do this before going You can do this before doing the Luca Goers match, and it's pretty much advisable if you don't know Blitzball, as it's a lot friendlier and easier than beating the Goers in the story. It's alright. We're gonna be going I'm gonna do some demonstrations on how to get things set up and just kind of show what some of this is gonna look like. So the save starts at Mian High Road, where Blitzball becomes available. All you need to do is activate the save sphere and click Blitzball. My goodness. Click Blitzball. The rest will be explained by the game when you start. The players have contracts and should have enough for 1 tournament. If you lose the tournament, start losing players to their contracts, just restart the save. Hey, it's alright, Decky. I appreciate you putting this together. I'm going to start putting my nominations in now. And one of them was definitely inspired by this, but I'm hoping it'll be a lot more accessible. So we should be good. You cannot get new players, so no going back into Luca to get decent players. Everyone should be playing with the same team. Timer starts when you start your first match of the tournament. can be remained paused during the initial setup of your team. After that, it remains on until you stop playing the minigame. Timer stops when you win the tournament. Timer can and should be paused when switching between games. Yes, yes. Here's what I say. Here's a big piece of advice here. Approach one game at a time. Right? Pick the game you want to start with. For me, I'd start with 8 because I personally am very good at Triple Triad and I love the game. So that would be where I would start. For my recommendation, I would recommend you start with the in order of tiebreakers here. So the tiebreakers, so the scoring begins with the number of minigames you've beaten. You get 1 point per beaten minigame. Then it goes into your progress, right? Excluding blitzball, and then time. So if you're unfamiliar with a bunch of Final Fantasy games, I say start with 7. This is your highest tiebreaker here. It's basic combat. If you don't know the systems of materia and equipment, you can still kind of give it a shot. And honestly, I think the chocobo racing is probably going to be the easiest point. I think this one's going to be fairly obtainable by most people. So, start with 7, and then move to 8, and then to 9, and then get into blitzball. Like, just go in numerical order. And I think for a newer player to the Final Fantasy minigames, I think that is going to be your optimal approach. Because then you've got your tiebreaker here, your first tiebreaker, you're guaranteed to get something in that position. You get something in your chocobo racing progress position. Just kind of go in order of importance. I'm going to start with the ones I at least played at some point in the past and enjoyed to start. And if I'm failing at them, yeah, exactly. If you have played these, if you've played any of these and you're familiar with them, absolutely go for the guaranteed points. Absolutely go for the guaranteed points. In fact, I know I said I'd do Final Fantasy VIII, but honestly, the guaranteed points here is probably the chocobo race. So I'd probably do that one first. Personally, I am awful at the jump rope progress, and I would probably put that last. I feel like I have a better chance at getting the blitzball tournaments than I do the jump ropes. I mean, I can get some jump ropes, but I usually fall off around 20 or 30. So, like I was saying, compartmentalize these games. Attack them one at a time, right? So, you're getting your stream set up. Boot up Final Fantasy VII, for example. Get that ready. Timer's still paused. Keep that paused. Load the save, or load the save state. Be right there in the battle square ready to go. And while you have that up, pull up the rules on another window. Read them through. Then get ready and then unpause, right? Take this and just take it step by step. Pause. Read the rules. Then make your attempt. Don't read all of these rules at once and try to remember everything. Do it one at a time, and you'll be able to digest this a whole lot easier. Because, I mean, Decky was smart enough here to say, you can pause the timer between games. You've got plenty of opportunities to pause in here and review the rules and get set up. So you can attempt all these games as many times as you like within the 5-hour limit. How you use your time is up to you. So, we will provide save files so that you don't have to progress the game from the beginning to these locations and provide guides to areas. Each of the above is 1 tick, so progress is the number of ticks over time over deaths. We're not even counting deaths, so just really ticks over time. It's a bit of a faff constantly switching between games, but we wanted to think outside the box, so we did, and Decky did a phenomenal job. We've also provided control schemes, screenshots, and links to tutorials. Give it your all. So here's a link. You can click it. This will give you the zip folder with the save states. Once downloaded, extract it to wherever you like, and do it using whatever tool you want. Inside should be a folder called Final Fantasy Minigame Extravaganza. There's also one in there called Decky Nudes. I'm not sure that was supposed to be in there, but, very tasteful, very demure. Open it up. Be 4 folders. They're split into folders based on the game they're in. And only the relative save files are in there for each game. And they're even labeled. Oh, nice. I got the special link. So only the relative save files are in there for each mini game. It's split up, and the save files are even named. So you will know, like, oh, this is the Chocobo one because it says this is the Chocobo save. This is the Battle Square one. It says Battle Square save. The 9, 7, and 8 saves should work with Duck Station. Our recommendation is load up any copy of the NTSCU games, and you can drag and drop the save files into the GUI, and it should auto-load the save file. It does. Please note that all ISOs should be located in the same directory. Make sure they come up in your games list, settings, games list, add the ISOs. Make sure they are all in the same directory. So once you have downloaded the games, put them all in the same folder. Well, unzip them, put them all in the same folder, and then use this process here to add them to your Duck Station games list. That way, and I'll show you what the games list looks like. And you'll see they all come up so that it's easy for Duck Station to find them. Because what you do is when you drag and drop the save state, it searches for a matching game for that save state to load. And then if it finds it in the directory, then it should be set up to go. You may even find that the software you use to rip your legal hardware disk to ISO just so happens to zip the folder to your downloads. So for simplicity, you can extract in your downloads folder and add that directory for speedy setup. Yeah. For FF10, this one is a little bit more tricky. We recommend PCSX2. Make sure you have the correct NTSCU BIOS before loading. Yep. Then for the save file, you need to make sure it is loaded in your memory cards. To do this, you need to open PCSX2, go to Config, then go to Memory Cards. It will then open up a window. Click Port 1, then click Open in Explorer. This will open up another window. Copy the FF10 saves.ps2 file into your memory cards directory. Going back to the original window, you should now have a gray list underneath ports 1 and 2, with FF10 saves PS2 in that list. Click it, click Insert, and pick a port. The virtual memory card is now inserted in your emulator. We will go over this. I will demonstrate. Load the game as normal, and when prompted for a load, you should have 2 files to choose from. The Locker Room save is the Luca Goers match, and the Me and High Road save is the Blitzball Tournament minigame. So this is the only one that's not labeled because you really can't. Alright. Let's briefly go over the manuals. I've highlighted the relative spots for the manual that we need to look at. Oops. There we go. So here's Final Fantasy VII. Here's your buttons. The primary buttons you're going to want here are going to be your circle button. This is your confirm. When you're outside of battle, you want to press triangle to, I believe it's triangle to bring up your menu. Yep. Display your menu. And then I think it's X to cancel. Yep, cancel selection and all that stuff. Closes menu. Okay. So, obviously your directional buttons are going to be move your command around, move your character around. Circle button is going to be your talk button. It's going to be your confirm button. And triangle is going to bring up your menu so you can sort your gear and adjust it how you like. X is going to be cancel. It'll take you out of the menu. And for Chocobo Racing, you're going to use left and right to steer. You're going to use select to change between manual and automatic. You're going to hold square to speed up, hold X to slow down, and circle is your dash, which your sprint will absolutely eat up stamina. Okay, that's all we're going to go through on that. Final Fantasy VIII. You have basically 2 buttons you need to worry about on 8. Square button to right here. Square button. Oh my god, where is it? Did I miss it? Here we go. Sorry. Square button to challenge to a card game. That's the one you need to press to instead of talking. Don't push X to talk to him. Push square because that challenges to a card game. From there, you can use X to talk and circle to cancel. Triangle to cancel. Triangles cancel on 8? I always thought it was circle. Anyway, that's not important. Square to challenge, X to confirm. Those are the 2 buttons you give a shit about. And obviously use your control stick or D-pad to move. Final Fantasy 9. Field screen. X to talk and confirm. I believe it's also X to jump. And use the D-pad and the left stick to move. Those are the only relevant buttons you'll need for jump rope. Final Fantasy 10. Here's the Blitzball screen. Blitzball is an underwater sport popular among all peoples of Spira. Teams from every corner of Spira gather at the stadium in Luca for the annual Blitzball tournament. The people of Spira love Blitzball because it lets them forget about sin, if only for a moment. In FF10, you can control a team in Blitzball. The more matches you play, the more experience points you gain, which can be used to increase your player's abilities. Review the in-game Blitzball tutorial for instructions and official game rules. So you won't be doing a whole lot of the management, since we're not allowing anything outside of the Besaid Aurochs. But here you can kind of get a glimpse of what it looks like. Here's your little radar to show you where you're swimming around. If you bump into somebody, you kind of get into a little mini encounter here, and you have to decide what you want to do. Here's the relevant hit point levels. And you can see he has endurance and shot, whereas his defenders have attack and block, and then Rowdy is the goalkeeper, and he has catch, which is his goalie stat. So you have to decide, is he going to take a tackle from the top guy and then shoot? Is he going to take a tackle and then pass? Is he going to pass and try to get it over both these guys? As you play your demo, you play your practice round, you'll kind of get a better feel for it. But Blitzball is fun. I do like Blitzball. Let's see. I think the only button you need to do in Blitzball is X. X is your confirm button, and for some reason my manual is taking forever to load. And this was a shit manual anyway. I think it's just X to do stuff in Blitzball. Yeah, that's confirm. And that's really all you need to do. So use your left stick to move around, and then use X to confirm, or X to do a maneuver. So even if you're not covered, you're not being encountered by anybody, you can push X to pass or do whatever you want to do. All right, that's the manuals. Let's play around in the setup. All right, so here I have good old Duck Station, and actually I should bring over one moment here. Let me grab my PCSX2. One moment, please. Send to desktop. There we go. Much better. Alright, so let's start. Can we do the in-game Blitzball tutorial? I don't see why not. Decky's here, but I don't see why not. It's just going to help you learn the mechanics of Blitzball. It's not going to give you any progress. And it's basically, there's like nothing in the manual, so it is pretty much just how to. So we'll load up Duck Station. You can see here's my list of games on Duck Station. And what I will do, I will bring up the, close that. Let's bring up the Final Fantasy Minigames. See? Got it here. And all I gotta do, FF7. And then we go, now I'm gonna turn my controller on. There we go. I'm gonna just drag and drop. Oh no, it failed. Alright, so let's try it this way then. We'll boot up Final Fantasy 7. Oh, sorry guys. Get wrecked. Now we'll do it. Oh, that is loud. Oh, you know what? I just realized you probably can't hear that. I forgot I had the sound off for that. That's alright. Anyway, here's Final Fantasy 7. And walk around. This is the battle tournament. Open up your menu. You can go to materia, adjust your materia how you want. You have a lot to choose from. Don't forget you can pilfer materia from your allies as well. Also make sure to check your equipment. Is this what you want? You have things to pick from. Also, remember you can pilfer things from other people too. This one here might be a good one. Then I would recommend arranging your items by type so that you can get all the battle stuff up top. These are all things you might want to use in battle. Not these three. These aren't going to do shit. But, yeah, you've got X potions, you've got high potions, you've got some turbo ethers, elixirs, mega elixirs. These are going to be the same since you're only doing one character, right? You have options here. Don't forget your hero drinks. These are amazing. So, once you're set up the way you want, come up here, register, push circle to register for battle, say let's do it. If you want to use Ketchi or Barrett, go for it, but Cloud's going to be your boy. Yeah, this is exactly. Don't let your hoarder mindset, hoarder JRPG mindset get into you. This is the final battle as far as this game is concerned. Alright, so then you go in here. Yeah, Ketchi. Yeah, I try. I also try to pronounce Titus properly, and I know I already goofed that one up. But Tifa. Alright, so here you go. You get into a fight. I'll do the first one just to show it off. Yeah, I used to call her Tifa, but once what was it? Advent Children came out, I was like, oh, it's Tifa. Okay. So, get into your first fight here. We're going to see Chocomog summon. I'm only doing this because I want to show the roulette. I want to show how that works. That did shit and balls for damage. Hooray, counterattack. Alright, we're going to get a Yuffie. It's alright. So, got a limit break. You got one pretty well charged up from the start. So, this should hopefully finish off this fight. As you can see, that does a lot. Oh my god, how are you still alive, buddy? Thank you. Alright, so this is the part I wanted to show off. You'll say, great. You want to keep going? And you'll say, of course. Which should be just of course, but Final Fantasy VII's translation is not that great. So, of course. And you say slot start. So here's your roulette. Here's your slot. You're gonna just let it go, and you're gonna have to push circle, and it's gonna select one of these random debuffs. And since you're only trying to win, you're not trying to get points. You probably don't want your materia to be selected if possible. Now there is a way to cheese this, and you can't cheese the reels. All right. So if you want to know how to do that, you just push square. Right? See that? This is how you cheese it. It slows the reel down. You cannot do this in the competition. Don't do this. It's bad. But if you're playing FF7 on your own, it's good. But anyway, you push circle. Oh, all my magic's busted. So now I can't use any of my magic spells. And this guy's gonna destroy me now. Yeah, it works for Tifa's limit break too. So he's gonna kick my ass. No, I'm dying. If only I felt like I could use my elixirs here, but there might be another guy. I might really need them after this. So then it'll be like, oh, you lost. And it'll bring you back here, which is where you will reload your save state. Now, like the rule said, once you have, once you've tweaked your armor and everything, materia and all that, you can make another save state so that this is a little faster getting back to it. One other thing I wanted to show off, and we'll drag and drop. One other thing that you should probably take a look into is your configurations. Right? I like my cursor to be memory, and I like my ATB on weight. Maybe the battle's going too fast for you, so consider adjusting this down a little bit. So that's the battle square. So let's take a look at Chocobo Race. You see, I just dropped it in. And all you gotta do is walk up to this lady and talk to her. You want to ride? You just tell her. She'll tell you, give you a tutorial you can do. But I know how to do it. So register. Say wheels your chocobo. Starts out as a C rank. You want the long course? We'll do the long. Jockeys can't buy tickets. You can't bet on yourself. Which doesn't matter. And actually, you know what? One moment here. Turn that down. I just realized you guys aren't getting game audio. So anyway, you'll go here. You push start. And then here's what Chocobo Race looks like. It starts out in automatic, so right now I'm not touching anything. I'm not doing anything. If I push select, it goes into manual. I can sprint if I want to sprint, and as you can see, the stamina just depletes like crazy. But also his steering goes wild. So you gotta be bumping back and forth as you want. Alright, so that's that. And you just gotta win 7 races. So we'll power off. And then we will jump into Final Fantasy VIII, Disc 1. Alright. We'll start with Minimog. It already, look at that. He's got the save state set up, so it's right where you already says, do you want to play a card game? So you push X. You press play. Now you get to pick 5 cards to play with. We'll just take the bottom 5. And you can see he did not pick Minimog. Minimog is a cute white creature. You don't see any of that here. But the way Triple Triad works is each card has 4 numbers. You can see them in the top left corner. Those numbers represent its power in that direction. So the top number is its power going up. The bottom number is power going down. Left number, left. Right number, right. So as you can see here, the creature he put down has a power 6 going down. So nothing I have can beat a 6 on the top side. However, it has a 1 going to the right. So let me look for something I have with more power on the left side. I can put it here. So the 3 beats the 1, and I flip it blue. He counter flips, which was a good play. I'm going to play this here. The 6 beats the 4. His 4 beats my 1. If I put this here, and there you go. It's easy as that. So, when you win, you can pick a card to steal. And we're gonna steal this one. Now he's gonna try and run off, 'cause he's a dickhead. So just keep spamming square and see if you can catch him before he leaves the screen. Oh, he left. So he will kind of roll around the promenade here. He just runs in a big circle around this area. So if you wait long enough, he'll come back. Or you can go looking for him. Usually I just chill out right about here. Probably not a bad idea to save if you've picked up some cards, because you can lose your cards too, which is a bummer. Come on, buddy. There he is. See? So you just tackle him, hit square again, and you can play another game. Now, if you're going to take these cards and go play the Treepy, you want to go up this way. The Treepy is hanging out in the cafeteria. If I remember right, this is... Nope, not the quad. I want to say cafeteria is this one. Here he is. So I'll head up this way. Yep, there's Running Boy again. I didn't even know he could be there. Final Fantasy 18. Brutal. Oh. Here's Safer, Raijin, and Fujin. This happens the first time you walk in this area. Just spam through it. They're stupid. Rage. Hahaha. Anyway, they're dumb. Leave them alone. You want to go back here. Now, there's two Treepies right here, hanging out. You want to talk to the one in the back. This is your boy. And you just play until you get both the Minimog and the Quistis card. See, he does not have the Quistis card, so this is going to be me playing for another power-up. So, that's that. Power off. Treppy. Alright, so we will boot up Final Fantasy 9. So, here we are, we're Vivi. Vivi. And we just gotta talk to the girl in the middle. She asks if I want to try. And you just push X. And I already screwed it up. Yeah, when you see the exclamation point, you push X. Do this for 1,000 times. It's gonna get faster after 20. And this is it. I got $10. Who cares? So yeah, that's all there is to it. You walk up to it, you push X, you keep pushing X in rhythm, and it gets faster. That one's easy to figure out. All right. So that is the end of the duck station. So let's get into PCSX2. So we're gonna boot ISO. Put this over here. Oh, wait, what is this? What game am I playing? This could be anything, guys. I'm actually not sure what this is. It's a Tecmo game. Oh, it was Fatal Frame. Ha ha ha. I did testing on Fatal Frame most recently. Alright, so we gotta pick a game then. Here we go. ISO selector. So you'll probably, first time, you're gonna wanna boot with browse. You'll browse to your ISO. Since I have it right here, I can just click that. Let's do a reset. Minimize that because we have to go into the memory cards. Alright. So we're gonna browse. Oh, you can drag cards to or from PS2 ports. That gives me an idea. Can I just go? Oh, that would have been too easy. You're not seeing this? You're not seeing my windows? OBS says you can see my windows. I'm not in the game right now. Three icons. That's weird. Hold on, let me bring up my phone. Let me see what you're seeing. You might need to refresh your stream, Stormy, because I just checked the stream on my phone and it's fine. So I think that might be on your end. I'll wait for you. Are you on mobile by chance? Oh, okay. I know sometimes my video will hang up on mobile if I minimize the app and then go do something else while it's in mini player. Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you found it. Figured it out. So anyway, what you can do here, you can browse to your save game folder. You can select your FF10 saves. There it is right there. So it's in my slot 2. Apply. Okay. We'll bring this back. There it is. Come on, game. Squaresoft presents. Alright. So we're gonna go to load. So here we go. Here's your Luca Goers tournament. And this is your freebie tournament. So we'll go to Luca Goers. So here you are. I am Titus. Look at me. I am Titus. So what you gotta do is you gotta talk to Waka. Waka's right here. Hey buddy, how you doing?
The game starts soon. No time for warm-ups. Ready?
Let me at him.
All right. I got something to tell you boys.
Mm-hmm.
After this game, I'm retiring.
Actually, that makes... Okay, I gotta know now.
I promised myself this would be
I
the
was pretty
last
sure
tournament.
it is... Yeah, it is John DiMaggio. Okay.
I'm quitting Blitzball.
Like I said earlier, I was 95% sure that's him.
Since we're here, we might as well win.
Reminder bench.
So Waka here is the captain of the team, and he's like, Blah
He's
blah.
taking my place.
Quantum, you're gonna have to check the VOD, man. I've been doing this for an hour already.
All right, boys, let's win this one.
We're
Let's
almost
make the
through.
goers goners.
Let's blitz.
So here you're gonna blitz. So yeah, you have to go through this whole shit scene. Skipping cutscenes. Unheard of.
I was supposed to see that. Oh.
Oh.
You really gave it your all, didn't you?
All right, boys, what are we gonna do?
Shut up. You can spam X to get through that a little bit faster.
This in just a few.
So we'll do a little bit of demo on
Who could have
how
the
Blitzball works here.
This looks.
Hello, Oren. I always thought he was like the coolest character in this game. Not yet, Tom. They will later. She was engaged or romantically connected to his brother who died. But then she's like, oh, I guess you're just the better brother, I guess. You lived. Spoilers, by the way. They aren't banging yet. They are banging at the end of the game. Or between this and 10-2. Since she's pregnant in 10-2. Alright, so they come out in the V formation. The mighty V. Flying V. Goes to shake his hand. Psych!
They're already going at
Ooh-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo.
the goer.
Look at my fanny. So yeah, you still have, you go through this fucking cutscene every time you do this. Alright, so this is how it starts. Little tip off. Looks like they got the ball. Okay, so if you push circle, it gives you the formation, which you might want to use on offense, but on defense, I like normal. So here you can see the opponent got through to the opponent got into an encounter with my two guys. So he's choosing to shoot through everybody. So what's going to happen is he's going to shoot with his 8 shot, and oh, I'm sorry. He's going to take 2 tackles and then shoot to my catcher. So his 9 endurance has to survive my 5 and 2 attack, which can go up and down a certain percentage. And then he's going to try and shoot on my 5 catch. So let's see how it happens. So that took 5 off of his endurance. And then another 2. So he survived the tackles, meaning he gets a free shot on the goal, but it's a long distance. So you can see it tapers off. And my guy sucks, but still got it. Alright, so now I can go into it. Oh yeah, triangle to do manual movement. And so, I'm getting into a bad situation here. I got 3 guys caught up with me. I can choose to break, or I can choose to shoot. So, probably not going to take a break here. I actually don't know the difference between manual A and manual B. So we're going to try and pass. It's not going to get there, but we're going to try. See, he got it. So he intercepted. So now they get the ball back. Alright, so he's gonna break through 2 guys and then shoot over 1. He might not make it here. Yep. So he stole the ball. That's awesome. Okay, so it's square to do an action. So I've got a pretty good pass here, so let's pass. And we're gonna pass to our boy Jasu. Nope. Anyway, we're gonna try and pass over that 8 block. Oof. But it had to be closer, otherwise it was gonna taper off. And this is a bad situation too. Actually, no, these guys have shit block. Let's get it to our boy. Hopefully it makes it. Nope, it's not gonna make it. Oh, fumble. Anyway, that's blitzball in a nutshell. You're gonna pass it around. You're gonna try and make shots on the goal. Yep, stole it. So, that's that. Let's reset. Okay. Yep. So in the mid, I wasn't going to play the whole half. But at the halftime there, you have the option to equip skills. Make sure to go to Titus and equip the Jack Shot because it's so good. Okay, so let's take a look at the second save. So this is the high road. Hey, welcome in, Vaden. Yeah, we're showing off the Blitzball Challenge here. This week we're doing Final Fantasy Minigames. And 2 of our challenges are the Luca Goers Story Tournament and then just a standard Blitzball Tournament. So you go to the save point here, push X, go to Blitzball, and we'll be doing a league. So we're facing off against these guys. Here's your team. Just go down the line. Now, Titus has eject shot, so that's amazing. Nobody else has any abilities because they're terrible. Now you can set marks. So what that means is you can choose people to basically observe and learn moves from, but it doesn't appear this other team has any abilities. So we can ignore that for this time. And then it just goes right into it. No story, no cutscene. Yep, base Aurochs. Base Aurochs is required. Dang, he's got a hella pass. Look at that. Guy's got an arm. And so yeah. Go fight, win. Nope, he's gonna break through and run. He's probably gonna score. Oh, thank you. Yeah, this is why I would recommend this to be the last minigame you challenge in the 5 hours. Alright. Break. Pass. Get this to our boy. Yeah, tournament's not available. It's fine. It's fine, Decky. And you might be wondering, why do I like the Jack shot so much? Let's see if we can make this. Nice. Why does everybody love Jack shot? Let me show you. Because it just eliminates defenders. And boom, there's a goal. So, yeah, save that for the last bit of your 5 hours. Because it is time consuming. And yeah, Jack shot rocks, but you can make goals without Jack shot. It's just incredibly tough, especially against the goers. So, all right. Vaden, since you got in here, yeah, it really does. It makes him great. Since you just got in here, if you're curious, we have 5 hours to beat as many mini-games as possible, and the ones to choose from are the Battle Square in Final Fantasy VII, the Chocobo Race in Final Fantasy VII. So Battle Square is just win all 8 matches. The Chocobo Races get to A rank. Your Chocobo is provided. In 8, you have to win the Minimog and Quistis cards in Triple Triad. And in 9, jump rope 1,000 times. And then two different Blitzball points in 10. And you have 5 hours to do as much of that as you can. So, plenty of... Yeah, I was thinking like, man, I can do the Final Fantasy VII ones. I can definitely do the Triple Triad. I think from there, I would just give 9 a good college try and then go for the Blitzball. But that's me. I can't do the jump rope very good. But yeah. Like I said, guys, the best way you're going to be able to tackle this is compartmentalize it, right? Choose one game, read the rules for that specific game. You know, you're all off the timer, get it all prepped up and ready. Don't forget in 7, you're going to want to tweak your armor, tweak your materia, tweak your settings, your items, and then you get that one save right before you go in. So, use that to your advantage, and then when you're done with 7, pause your timer, pull up the next game, and do the same thing. And I think if you compartmentalize it, you keep it small, digestible, you can get through this without too much hassle. So, that's what I got, guys. That is what I've got. Alrighty, righty. So that concludes our Final Fantasy Minigames preview. Let's get ready for the wheel. Oh, I think I closed the wheel. That's fine. Oh, I got my old wheel. There we go. That's the wheel I want. Alright. So since we skipped last week, I've got the results for the last 2 weeks. Those are E.T. and Pokemon Silver. We still didn't have any matches. Some week we'll get a match. But that is not these last 2. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, Okay. So 10th place in Final Fantasy Minigames. Looks like it's going to be Carl. Ninth place. I'm really disappointed in how the success rate of my prediction wheel has gone down this season. It's a good thing though, because we have so many more people this season than we did last season. So Steven's rocking in ninth. Looks like Jason Vader. I haven't seen him in a minute. He's okay. Ooh, I'm hungry for lunch. D-Mac. For 7th. Lips in 6th. Gekish in 5th. Haven't seen him in a bit either. I have to start trimming some names. Wugga in 4th. Haven't seen him in a bit. I don't think he's been streaming at all. I think he's been busy. Okay, and then we have Schmumbler in 3rd. Sorry, Fiona, you almost had it. Alright, 2nd place. False 0. And our prediction for 1st place in Final Fantasy Minigames. NBZ. Garlop's getting too close. Just gotta put some points on the board. Alright, so we have, for the prediction wheel, Carl taking 10th, Steven's taking 9th, Jace taking 8th, D-Mac 7th, Garlop 6th, Gekish 5th, Wugga 4th, Schmumbler 3rd, Ball 0 2nd, and NBZ for 1st. So, like usual, guys, I'm going to put this VOD up on my YouTube page. I will link it in the Discord. Feel free to come back and reference this as much as you want. You've also got the YouTube videos on the Wheel of Struggle website to review for Blitzball and Triple Triad rules. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions. We understand that this is a rules-heavy, more complicated nomination, but there's a lot of fun to be had here if you can stick with it. So do your best, and just like I said, reach out if you have questions. And best of luck, everybody. I'll find somebody to raid here, and we'll see you next week. Bye.